Yeah. Yay! Welcome, everybody. We know that some of you couldn't make it on the live call. Extra special thank you to everyone who did pop on tonight. I'm so excited to see so many faces. And a welcome to Molly, our newest coach on the team, who just signed up today. And I love seeing that you're on here. Welcome from all of us. I am so excited for our topic tonight. It's the Power Hour. And before we get into it, I want to do a little bit of recognition to our team for February's awesome successes. And we just had a lot of new faces on our success board that we have in our group. And I just think it's so important to recognize everyone for those. So to start, we had Angie, who was Success Club 12. She led our team for February, and she also is a Success Starter. So the first month of the Success Starters program, where you help 3 people that month for the first 3 months, and you can earn your free ticket to Summit. So awesome job, Angie. Kate, me, Success Club 11. Christy was 7. Vicki was 6. Sindel was 6. And then Lisa had 4. Amy had 2. Kyle, I should say Sindel, 2 more. Kyle Glenn. Regina, 2. Brendan Noble, so Brendan, so me, 2. Allison, 2. Christy Line, 2. Jamie Stanley, 2. And Kendra, 1. And then we had a lot of new faces on our team. Just so many amazing women that have joined us, and it's just so fun to see our team growing and excited and building momentum, all for the same purpose. We're all so different, but for the same purpose of really helping people and serving people to live a healthy, fulfilling life. So awesome job, everyone. I also want to give a big shout out to Sindel Glenn. She hit a big milestone in her business. If you aren't familiar, Beachbody has something called the Leadership Ladder, and she went from business starter to team builder. So awesome success for her. If you're not familiar with the Leadership Ladder, there's information in the back office, but it's kind of another system that you use in conjunction with ranking that just shows that she's building her team. So awesome job to her. So without further ado, Christy has just been a gem in my life. You have been. I love how dedicated she is. She is someone that I can run ideas off of. She is always pushing the GIF button on Facebook. We have a lot of, or is it GIF or GIF on Facebook? But anyways, she is going to be a mommy again in about a month. And she has done some awesome things with her business the past few months. And she's going to share a lot about how it's changed and how her journey has changed and how these last, 2 or 3 months, she has really focused and used the Power Hour and the time she has. She's a busy mom, works full time, has 2 little boys, and she's just done awesome things. So I'm excited to hear from you, Christy, and can't wait to learn from you more about the Power Hour tonight. And before we go, I want to say this business is all about basics, and that's what Christy's going to be covering. So if you're a new coach, it's easy to get overwhelmed, but just focus on the basics, and she'll be sharing more about that, and you'll be successful and help a lot of people along the way. So go ahead, Christy.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you all for coming. This is exciting to have so many people on. I think it's kind of funny that Kate said that, like, for new coaches, this is the most important thing, because this is something I legitimately did not get until January. And I've been a coach since last April. So just a little bit, like a quick kind of lead into this. I started coaching last April. I had tremendous success in Kate's challenge groups. Signed up for the discount, I think, in February. And then in April, I decided I wanted to start helping others. I had lost, I think at that point, like 40 pounds maybe, from December to that April date. And so when I started, I like hit the ground running, and I had people just like swarming me. They couldn't wait to see like how I had gotten these results. They wanted to join me. They wanted to be a part of it. They were feeding off of my excitement. And they call them warm markets and cold markets. I called it a hot market because I couldn't stop. I was like Success Club 13, like 2 months in, and just really like, it was just crazy. I didn't have to do anything. I just would sit there and people would be messaging me, and it was really awesome. But in the meantime, I kind of took for granted the basics and didn't apply any of them. So even though I was in trainings and Kate was encouraging me to do these things, I wasn't doing them. Shortly after Summit, I found out I was pregnant, and pretty much at that point, my mindset kind of, I don't know, it changed. Something changed. And part of it was that I've always exercised and ate healthy to lose weight. I never knew what that meant to do it just to be healthy. And I knew I wasn't going to have results anymore. So I was panicking, like, how are people going to want to join me if I'm getting bigger and not smaller, and I don't have these results, and I'm not quite to the point where I'm going to be like super cute rocking this like pregnant fitness body. Like, so there are coaches out there who look incredible, and it's like they have abs and are pregnant. It's bizarre. But anyways, that wasn't going to be me. And so I really let the mind game kind of sink in and stop doing a lot of the things that were really important. And then I missed 2 months of Success Club. And I had been like 6 months straight Success Club. I was halfway through being a year in, what is it, Kate? If you do a full year.
It's a Success Club All-Star.
Right. So I was halfway to Success Club All-Star. And I went 2 months, and I don't even know if I got 2 Success Club points the 1 month. I think I got like 0 1 month. And I was just devastated because I never stopped wanting to do this and wanting to make this my life and stop being passionate about it. I just lost focus, and I didn't know how to do it anymore. So in January, Kate put me in a training, and I'm going to share my screen now with you guys so you can see I just did a PowerPoint to organize my thoughts. But Kate had me sign up for a training, a rank advancement training, and I went in with the attitude that even if I didn't rank advance, I was going to make the absolute most out of this training, more than I ever had, because I had paid for like probably 4 or 5 trainings and just hadn't really put in the focus that I needed to put in, and I was ready to get serious. So we're going to talk about that, why you need to be making your Power Hour a priority, what you can do during that time, and kind of getting back to those fundamental things and how that's going to keep your business moving, even when you have seasons of your life that are going to be different, because you're going to have huge milestones met. You're going to finish a program and have all these amazing results. You're going to have big things happen, and then you're going to have difficult things happen. You might lose a family member. You might have a health crisis. You might get pregnant. You might get married. I mean, it can be exciting and it can be scary and it can be sad, but either way, it's a life-changing event. And if you're focused on these things, it just keeps going, so you don't lose momentum. Really quickly, in case you are new and aren't quite sure on what Power Hour is, if you haven't listened to the new the call for this week, you should listen to it. Julie Voris, she's an 8-year veteran of Beachbody. She's been there since the beginning. She came on with Chalene Johnson. And she called it fit, like focused, intense time. So just time that you are completely focused in on what you're doing. And if you haven't gotten to go to one of our team power hours, I think that's a really good example. And I wish that we would have had them months ago when I started, because they're awesome. So even if you can only go to one this month, try and get to one if you haven't, because it really gives you a good flavor for what you should be doing. But it's time dedicated to the daily business activities, the vital things that you need to be doing, building relationships, reaching out to your cold market, and then planning. That's all a part of it. The power of threes has been my biggest thing. And can you guys see my picture thing over here? I don't know if you can or not. But there's a picture here, and this is how like messy and crazy this looks, but it's organized to me. Those are almost all of my power of threes for the last, well, not quite, 10 weeks. And so in the power of threes, what you're doing is you're friending 3 new people. You're creating 3 new relationships. 3 people maybe you don't know that have liked your page. Maybe they're friends of friends, that sort of thing. People that kind of show up in your people you may know. So adding those people, at least 3 every day. Sending out a message, they call them like a hey girl message. That's what Kate calls them anyways. But, you know, just saying like, it's kind of a catch up if you haven't talked to them in a while, or if they like your page, it could be, hey, thanks for liking my page. All of that's in the Dropbox ideas and scripts for what sort of things to say. But hey girl, it's been a long time. I see that you have 3 kids now. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. How are you enjoying being a mom? That sort of thing. So you want to message 3 people. Inviting 3 people to an event. So challenge group, having challenge groups is super important. It's awesome that our team has one every month. I don't think every team does that, and that's a huge bonus to us as coaches. This month, I'm going to be having a baby, so it's super awesome for me to be able to have a team to help guide my challengers when I can't be there full-time every single day. So inviting 3 people to an event every single day. Following up, that I had a different idea of that, and I learned something new at Power Hour. So I've been using follow-up time as time to just follow up with some of my conversations from the day before or maybe the week before, because I'm working and I'm busy and I don't always have time to focus in and respond. And I like to be focused to make sure I'm giving them the best content. So the other thing it can be is people who maybe you asked a month ago. I mean, now 10 weeks ago, I can look back and say, oh, I asked this person 10 weeks ago. They said they were interested, but they never really signed up. So now I can ask them again. So picking 3 people to follow up with. And then I think I've heard differently 2 to 5 times per week or 3 times per day to present the coaching opportunity to people, which was the scariest thing ever for me. And for the training, I did it every single day. I've changed it up a little bit and at least try to do 2 to 5 times per week now, but that's been huge. I mean, putting it out there that you have bought in and that you believe in this, and saying, hey, I believe in this and I think it could benefit you, is really crazy powerful, and what comes back from it is pretty awesome. So that is the power of threes. I'm talking a little bit fast, so I apologize. These are just a few tips of how I did it with being busy. Every night before I went to bed, I would try and fill in my threes for the next day. So I would think of 3 people I want to invite, and maybe I would look them up and then I'd write their name down. And I do the same thing with messages, the same thing with invites, and I would have them ready, and then I would just put a check mark on their name the next day during my power hour. It sped up that time I spent looking for them, and it really only took me maybe 10 to 15 minutes to find them. So then I had more time to think about what I wanted to say in my content. Focus on relationships. Kate has been a great mentor for me on this, because I think I also started off like challenge back, challenge back, challenge back. Join my challenges, have amazing results, and I missed a lot of opportunity with some of my early on challengers because I was skipping over building relationships and really focusing in on their goals. So not getting discouraged and just focusing on the relationship. Tracking, as you can see, like I had a million of those sheets. I lost them now. They're here. But I have so many of them, and I have tried to put them into tracking systems and spreadsheets and something online. And right now in my life and in my business, it works best for paper. I can flip back. I can look at it, find something that works for you. We have the tools available to us. I think, I'm not sure if they're on our team page or in our Dropbox. I'll find out and let you know though. But having those forms to track how you're contacting people, I never did that either. So now I have like people that I talked to a year ago that I kind of don't remember if I talked to them or not, or maybe they were interested in. And so now that I'm tracking, it makes it so much easier to follow up and say, hey, you were interested, blah, 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 wondering if you still are. And I've had a lot of really good success with that, actually. So I'm excited about the follow-up piece. Showing consistency. So even though your challengers and other people don't know that you're doing your power hour every single day, there is something really powerful that comes out of it. Like doing those fundamental things, it shows up. They know that you're there and that you're being consistent and you're answering messages and you're throwing things out there, and you get better and you grow and you learn and you make mistakes. And I think I've sent, in the last 10 weeks, I know I've sent at least 2 messages with the wrong person's name. And I think I have sent the words smile emoticon probably 10, 15 times. Luckily I can blame that like on a computer glitch or something, but it's still like you get better and better and better, and you're going to make mistakes, and you find ways to, like, I think I saved myself the other day and was like, oh, haha, I sent this to the wrong person, but hey, I'd like you to join, I'd love for you to join us too, even though it was really meant for that person. So it just shows consistency and helps you learn and grow and get better. And again, going into the why, your warm market is going to get exhausted. Like your friends and the people you know are going to be, you're going to use them all. Or maybe they're not ready yet and it's going to be a year. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I have no one. It's so important that you're adding every day to your network by adding those people and just, like I said, focusing on those relationships. Like I had said, for me, I'm in Success Club for 2 months, which was super painful for me. I'm competitive. I like to be the best at things, and not hitting Success Club made me want to like bury my head in the sand. So you might hit a time in your life where you're not having results. Maybe you're not able to work out every day. Maybe you're just going through a time that requires you to eat more of your feelings than to be nutritious, or whatever you need to do. But there might be a time, like I've experienced, where those results aren't showing. And if you are focusing and still doing those things, even if you can't get your workout in that day, even if you didn't have the best day nutritionally, if you can still maintain those things, your business is going to continue to move forward. Maybe not as fast as if you're doing everything, but it just gives you a basis. I'm thinking about going into having a baby in 3 weeks, and I know that it's going to be so easy for me to jump right back into this because I've been doing it so consistently. I don't miss very many days unless it's planned. I actually haven't missed any days that have not been planned to do my Power of Threes. And so I know how I can make up for it, invite more, and invite more before and invite more after, and try and make up for the time that I'm in the hospital and snuggling. So, and life events and seasons, again, they happen to us, and this is how we keep our business growing. I mean, this Julie Voris has been in the business 8 years. Things have happened. She's hit plateaus, and she's been able to be successful, and has a crazy successful team because they stick to the fundamentals. I've kind of already done this. The other part of why, so I said the 10 weeks I have not missed one day. I do take Saturdays and Sundays off. You can't really take them off because they're off of social media, but I don't spend as much focus time. So I'll maybe respond to a message here or there, or if I see someone I know come up, I will friend them and then I just fill them in. But I don't have that necessarily like focus time. And that's just my choice. If you want to do it 7 days a week, you should. But I don't. I've been consistently making 100 more per week than I was prior to starting, and I'm progressing each week. So every single week I've had an increase in my earnings. Now that isn't, Success Club 7 isn't like top of the world. It's about, I've been building my team. I've signed new coaches. I've signed coaches who have never been a challenger, who've never bought anything from me, but because I was doing all of these things, she saw that I was doing it and wanted to do it with me. So, and that's Angie, and she's been such an awesome blessing to our team. And it's cool to watch your business grow and to know that it's based on your hard work. So like the more we work, the luckier we get, right? The more blessings that come to us, the harder we work and put our energy into it. And that's not a mistake. I've signed 5 new coaches. I have 7 coaches waiting to be signed. So people who have the potential to be signed. Not all of those people are going to be active, and that's okay. But it helps build my business, and it makes me feel confident that they're seeing consistency. And it's provided me with more leadership opportunities. It's put me in a position of wanting to take leadership and try and lead the team, and because this is what I want. This is what I want to do. And so it's just somehow opened up doors for me to be able to present to you guys. If you would have asked me 12 weeks ago if I'd be doing this, probably not, because 12 weeks ago I was sitting at Success Club like 0 and not really sure how to pick myself back up. And the last little piece that I have is the personal development piece. And I've done a presentation or a call on this before, but personal development really is kind of like the backbone of it. And if you don't know the 4, I actually heard Jeff Hill call it the 4 vital behaviors today. Did you hear that too? So invite. That's the power hour. Be a product of the product. So drinking your Shakeology and working out every day. Personal development, and then recognizing others in the business. Part of the training that we did, I know Vicki was in the training too, so she probably has this form or has seen it, and I have it there, but it had all these things to make sure that you were tracking your day. And it really helped me. I don't necessarily use the sheet as much anymore, but it held me accountable that I could see like, oh wait, I haven't done this yet. And personal development, when I'm not doing it, even my focus time is less focused. So I just wanted to add that in there as kind of part of it. If you really want to be focused, you need to be doing personal development. You need to be growing yourself personally and professionally. You need to be attending trainings and calls and getting yourself as involved as you possibly can, because it's going to keep your goals in the forefront of your mind when we are busy and we're working and we're doing other things. This time that you guys took tonight is going to be what keeps you going and sets you apart, because you're going to have it in the forefront of your mind moving into the rest of your week. It helps you set your mood. I don't know what everyone else does, but during my power hour, I either listen to music that really like pumps me up, or I'll listen to personal development. And sometimes I have to go back and listen to it again, but it's just like the energy of like Joel Osteen or, people like that who just have this kind of big energy, and it fills your room and it fills your heart and it fills your mind, and you can't help but like get excited about what you're doing. So with that, I don't know, did I miss anything, Kate? I feel like I just vomited on you guys, but
No, I thought that was awesome. I thought that was really awesome, Christy.
Well, thank you. I just, again, can't stress enough. I mean, I've been a coach for almost a year. They say that's kind of the goal, right? Be here in a year. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've learned and been through more like ups and downs and ebbs and flows, whether that's physically and emotionally and mentally and spiritually, than a lot of people. And so I'm like so thankful to be able to share this with you and say, I know from experience that this is what you need to do in order to keep yourself going. So
yeah, and I have some. Does anybody have questions first? Christy, will you pop out of the?
Yep. If I can remember how. Okay.
Perfect. Does anybody have questions first? No. Okay. Well, I had lots of takeaways, Christy. And I think like you hit the nail on the head. Is that how you say that? I'm really bad at those. When you were talking about personal development at the end, like it just encompasses all of it. Whenever, we step out of that personal development, that 10 minutes a day of improving ourselves internally, not externally. I mean, yeah, being a product of the product is a vital behavior, but if we're not really improving our hearts and our mindset, we really can't influence the lives of others in a way that we truly should be. And you have to really fill your cup first. And I think that going into the power hour, like you said, like when you're doing that personal development, you're going to be way more focused in your power hour. And I've seen like Christy in this time frame, like her mindset has changed, her like energy has changed, and it's so fun to see. Like, and I think from the National Wake Up Call this morning, Julie Voris had kind of shared similar, like this opportunity has changed her. It's changed her life, but it's changed her internally. And that I totally relate with you, Christy, because that's the same with me. If I'm not doing that personal development, you'll notice like I'm not as off on Facebook as much. I'm not inviting as much. It's not as, it's so important. So I definitely took that away. Fail forward. You had mentioned, that there were mistakes that you made in like messaging people with the wrong names. Like, you guys, I have done things like that too. And that's just part of what we do. You can't be expected to be perfect. You just move forward, and, it goes to our team even, like trying new things. Like you can't expect things to always work. New challenge groups, like be creative, try something new. If it fails, who cares? If people say no, who cares? Like you got to be okay to fail. That's so important. And then eat that frog. Like the power hour is definitely one of those things that you just got to do. And if there's something from the power hour that, like Christy mentioned, that you don't want to do that first. Usually that's the inviting piece. I don't know about you, Christy. I don't know why. It's always been that piece that I'm not as excited about doing because it's scary. But if you do it first, and what she was sharing, like you just get it done. And you stay focused, just like Christy shared.
Yeah, mine changes like every day, which one I'm more afraid of.
What? It changes every day.
Changes every day. But I psych myself up like I'm going to get a workout. Like they should have Energize for like power hour, because it's like, okay, we can do this, Christy. Like we can do this.
I love it. Let's see. I had lots of takeaways. I'm trying to pull a few. I was taking notes on my phone.
Can I say something really quick, Kate, while you're looking? I just, when you mentioned Julie Voris, the other thing she said that I wrote down but didn't put my 5-minute PowerPoint that I threw together in 2 seconds, is like to not focus on the fun and like she called it the sexy stuff. But it's really interesting because I have always been pretty good at that. Like Kate mentioned, I'm there less when I'm not doing the personal development and I'm not in the right mindset, but not focusing as much on your Facebook page and all of that fun stuff and creating cute graphics and doing this cool thing. until you've really nailed down your fundamentals. And I think we've all been there. That is the fun part, right? Like, what am I going to post next? What am I going to do? And I was doing that. I was posting 3 times a day, but I wasn't talking to anybody. Mm-hmm. So that really kind of hit me. Like, it felt like she was talking to me or like jabbing me in the shoulder, like, hey, that's you. Like, and so that was one of my other things.
Right. And I going off of that, like, Christy, your situation, like when Christy came in and people just flocked to her, like, that's not normal either. You know, people usually don't reach out to you. So you can't expect like just an posting an event or posting something on social media is going to attract people. People like to be personally invited to something. And you have to build that relationship and make sure that it's right for them. But yeah, it's so true. Like, the sexy things are the fun things, but just sticking to the basics and the fundamentals and the power hour, that's what's going to move your business forward. Those are the things that will move your business forward, not the sexy things or I like how she the sexy things. Feel funny saying that. Okay. Anyways, totally agree with that piece. But awesome. I will, we have a Dropbox link that has the Power of 3 document in it, which I will post the Dropbox link in our group, but I'll also post the Power of 3 if it isn't already there on our team page. I'm pretty sure it is, but just so you can use that same kind of tracking as Christy did, or if you're interested to see what's on it if you haven't seen it before.
You, Kate, have the one too that, like this one or the one that Heather made that has all of it on one?
Yes, I can get that. I don't think we have it in our Dropbox, but I'll pull it from that Rank in the Bank group that we were in and post that with it. So, and then I'll also post, Annie Reed created the Power of 3, so I'll post her little YouTube video. It'll all be under the comments of this group, of this team call image. So you can find everything there, except for the documents. They'll have to be a different post. But that explains how to use that Power of 3 document. Any other questions? Thank you so much, Christy. Awesome content. You're doing amazing things. You're an awesome leader on our team. So thankful for you and for volunteering to share your experience and your journey and what's worked for you.
Thank you. And I'm excited to see all these new faces. I feel like I haven't run groups with any of you people, and I want to get to know you, and I'm jealous. So thank you for being here and for listening to me.
Thanks, guys. Bye.